So it's an absolute bombshell when it comes to that nameless person. And this thing here, it is a loss no matter how you paint it. See, Roberta Kaplan is being forced to walk away from Time's Up. Why? Because they decided they would use it for their own benefit. You know who else's benefit they utilized Time's Up for? That nameless person. That's right. That's what I redacted here. We at Kaplan Hecker are proud to defend that nameless person in this case and are gratified by the court's decision. Hashtag Time's Up. See, they weaponized the hashtag Time's Up again and again, backing that nameless person. That's what's here. That's what's here. That's what's here as well. Saying that this stuff, it wasn't for their benefit. It was to call out wrongdoing. They were doing something right and noble. Now the truth, it's been exposed. Robbie Kaplan was utilizing hashtag Time's Up to discredit potential victims. This case has always been about somebody saying publicly, I am a victim. Like I said, huge bombshell. Huge loss for that nameless person, because when people start connecting the dots, oh man, it is going to get so interesting to watch. So hey there, to all you fine folks on this fine day, I hope you are doing excellently. So first and foremost, if you don't know who Robbie or Roberta Kaplan is, quote, Roberta Kaplan is an American lawyer focusing on commercial litigation and public interest matters. She co-founded Time's Up Legal Defense Fund. So she is a founder of Time's Up. And guess what old Robbie Kaplan decided to do back in 2019? That's right. They decided to get together with a certain nameless person. They decided that they would represent them. You can see the blast here reporting on it. Quote, that nameless person is preparing for a scenario where the case moves forward, which will most likely happen, and has added Roberta Kaplan to the legal team in this case. You'll notice that they mentioned Time's Up. That comes up again and again from Roberta Kaplan. And especially when she's denigrating JD or backing that nameless person, you have post after post looking like this. Again, I believe in that nameless person, and I believe in that nameless person. They tag them into this, and then they tag in Time's Up Now. Interestingly enough, there was already a bombshell revelation about Time's Up. In fact, I believe this is the reason that Roberta Kaplan stopped repping that nameless person. They knew that name. It was damaging to them. Even though they kept utilizing it in hashtags, they kept going after JD. But this here proves that the only people that they rep with that, that's themselves. Quote, looks like time might be up for Time's Up. As the Post reported in a devastating exclusive last weekend, the glittery Hollywood organization meant to help underprivileged women fight workplace, harassment and accosting, spent just $312,000 of more than $3 million raised in 2018, its inaugural year, on legal bills for victims. Look where the money actually goes. The rest went for salaries, $1.4 million. That's over 4 times what they spent on people's legal bills, what they're supposed to be there for. Advertising and PR. They spent more on advertising than they actually did going out and repping people, and nearly $1 million on a multinational law firm with lobbyists in D.C. Despite that salacious bombshell, however, Robbie Kaplan kept publicly going after JD. You have this person here saying, I'm incredibly proud to be a friend of Robbie Kaplan. I wonder if you are today, by the way. And her client talking about that nameless person. You have Robbie Kaplan still utilizing Time's Up, still going after JD, trying to weaponize things, saying the UK, that stuff went fair. We're just going out here. We're just trying to get justice. But now, things, they they have not only changed, they have changed big time. And again, not only is this a bombshell, but it exposes the people surrounding that nameless person. It showcases what they've been doing, how they've been weaponizing things, and again, it's not out there representing victims. Nope, it's representing people that can gain from it. This is being reported by CNN here. This is in CNN Politics. Time's Up board co-chair steps down in the wake of the Cuomo scandal. Now, I want to make something perfectly clear when we hit this thing too. I'm not talking about either side in a political divide. I don't like any of those folks. I like people like yourself. What we're talking about here is we're talking about people that impacted society with things like hashtag listen and believe. And you know what? They didn't. They didn't at all. Quote, Time's Up board co-chair Roberta Kaplan resigned from her position at the women's rights organization after it came to light that she had reviewed a draft of a letter questioning the character of one of Andrew Cuomo's accusers, Lindsey Bolin. So, they're telling you to listen and believe. They're telling you that they represent anyone that they say is a victim, and yet behind the scenes, you see what exactly they're doing. So this is the quote here, too. We hold ourselves accountable. The events of the last week have made it clear that our process should be evaluated, and we intend to do just that. The organization said in a statement Monday morning. Robbie Kaplan, board co-chair, has stepped down from the board. We and she agree that it is the right and appropriate thing to do. Now, if you don't understand the situation, I'm going to explain it to you very briefly. I'm not saying anyone is guilty of anything either, except Robbie Kaplan. Robbie Kaplan exposes hypocrisy here because Time's Up is supposed to be about hashtag listen and believe, but that's not what they do. They choose who to listen to. They choose who to believe, and that, like I said, it's bombshell when you think about who they did and you start to ask why. Quote, she was referred to in last week's report issued by the Office of New York Attorney, so you have this attorney here, that details allegations by 11 women of harassment at the hands of Cuomo, who was denied any wrongdoing. And again, I'm not saying he did or didn't do anything. I believe in due process. So according to the report, Cuomo and a group of advisors worked on a letter earlier this year in response to Boylan's accusations. At Cuomo's direction, his top aide, so his top aide, that's this person here, sent the letter to Kaplan in review. The report said that his top aide at the time was seeking to discredit Boylan by allegedly leaking personal records and taking part in an effort to question Boylan's character. The letter, it was never made public. Also, apparently, Roberta Kaplan gave pointers and said that the letter itself was fine, saying that this move right here was fine, all while publicly utilizing hashtag Time's Up to decimate JD's reputation, his occupation, and so much more. As Robbie Kaplan did get right, though, they said here, sunlight is the best disinfectant, and that's right. Look what the sunlight has shown us. Time's Up, the ACLU, so many other players. When are people going to start realizing that they need to stop listening and believing? They need to start looking at the evidence. The evidence, it's out there. It showcases who these people are, what they've been doing for years now. That includes a certain nameless person. Oh, yeah, man, this stuff, like I said, it is an absolute bombshell.